The wind just like picked up all of a sudden. It's like really blowing. Like, look at that, it's really bad. I had just made up my bed. I don't have regular lights yet. I still just have this guy. And I was sitting here trying to get settled. This wind is really, really bad. I don't know how well I'm gonna sleep tonight. Like, everything is moving. Update. It's very violent. Things are rattling. I'm gonna make sure that I don't have anything that could fall because the van is physically shaking. That slight clattering sound that you hear, yeah. Oh, let's talk about it. Last night was really, really not cool. I got here, everything was good, everything was calm. I was relaxing, I had made my dinner, all the things, they were falling in the right direction, and then that wind kicked up and it just came out of like nowhere. And I had already gotten into bed mode because I was super tired yesterday. I had a kind of weird day yesterday, one of the weirder days on the road. I just kept seeing strange things that were happening. I might explain that later on, but we'll just put it this way. Yesterday tested my patience more than any other day around any other traveler. There were 3 incidents yesterday that happened. One, just really, really bad. I don't even want to talk about that one yet. I'm still just frustrated by it. So I will eventually tell you about that one in a story time. The second of which, I went to a museum and there were kids who were literally throwing 100-year-old things that say do not touch. And I was just like, oh no, I can't be here to witness this because this is not cool. And then I had a guy who hit my mirror yesterday and I was in the van when he did it, and it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't hurt or anything. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll just go out and pop it out. But I don't want it to be weird that I get out while he's literally there. And so I waited and I went to go pop it back out to where it's supposed to be, only to have him walk around and look surprised that I was standing there and then say, excuse me? And I was like, oh, I'm just fixing my van. It's not a big deal. I didn't want to have a conflict after the day I was having. And he was just like, okay. And I was like, oh, whenever you pulled in a while ago, you tapped it. It's not a big deal. It's not hurt. It's fine. He looked at me with everything in his being, guys. And he said, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't hit your van. I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, it's not one of those things that I was willing to die on the hill of, yes, you did. Because again, there's no damage. It just literally popped the mirror, so it was harder to see. And so I was like, okay. And then he just, because he, I guess, knew, he just kept defending himself. It just got weird. And so by the time that I left, I was just like, oh my gosh, this day's just been bizarre. And then I got here and it was calm. Now I'm in Rock Springs. I drove all the way to Rock Springs after my last stop, which was the Fossil Butte National Monument. It was really, really cool. And I thought, I'm just gonna go to bed because today has not been my day and I'm exhausted. So I made my dinner, got into bed mode, all was good, and then the windstorm happened. You know, I've said here on the channel several times before, some days you're the dog and some days you're the hydrant, and I was definitely having a hydrant day yesterday. But it is okay because ultimately I did get some sleep, not a lot, as you can see. Probably not going to do a lot today. Realistically, I'm probably just going to take a 0 day, do nothing, and then I'll follow up with you guys after that day is over and see if we've been able to bring it back to normal. But I'm tired, guys. I'm super, super tired. The road has been great, but on days like yesterday where it's just craziness after craziness and then violent shaking of the van, like when I tell you violent, it was like this until like 1:30 in the morning. Hard to explain that in a way that you can feel it, but just picture if you're doing this, that's what the van felt like. This was the worst wind I have been in the entirety of the van. The title was previously held by me staying at Joshua Tree. And on that particular day, I just had to stay in the van, and I felt like I was getting sandblasted all day. But last night, because it was gusting as opposed to just being a constant wind, it was like you would think, oh, relief, and then whack. Whoo, there were a couple times where I literally thought, oh my gosh, the van is going to tip over today. Like, this is the day. And I looked around and I was like, oh, okay, there's other people out here. Different people are pointing different ways. Maybe I could move and directionalize so I could hit the wind different. And it didn't seem to matter. Everybody was literally shaking. They were either shaking like this or like this. So it was just bad. So I just stuck it out and eventually dozed off. And then as soon as I dozed off, the wind gust hit again. And I was like, whoa! So after that, I guess my body was just paranoid about going to sleep. So I didn't go to bed till like 2:30. And it wasn't like that time was occupied with like positive things. Nothing. Like, I doom scrolled for a while. That was about it. Yeah. So today I'm just going to give myself the grace of, hey, you're tired. We're not going to do that much. So there's a Starbucks over here. I may go and use the internet to figure out my path. I may go into the Walmart because it's right in front of me. I need to get some water, so I'll probably do that. Other than that, I don't think today is going to be too much. I just really don't. Some days are super filled with adventure. Yesterday was that. I filmed 5 videos. It was crazy. Today, I feel like I'm going to be doing good if I can manage to put 2 things together to form a connection for a single day. The brain is just not going to be braining so well today, which I think means that my song of the day has to reflect that, and I don't know what that's going to be yet. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything set up, and then I think I'm going to start out by going and having coffee. Maybe that'll fix something. I even look a mess. I'm so wrinkly. I forgot to spray wrinkle release. Man, let me do that first. Okay, here we go. On days like today, I try to spray some of this because it does help me not look like I am pulling things out of my van that I forgot to put away when they were still warm from the dryer. So normally I do this before I put the shirt on. We'll do it today with the shirt on. I just spray the areas, kind of stretch the material, and then as it dries, the wrinkles start to fall out a bit. Not perfect. Ooh, this needs a little bit more. This is pretty bad today. I think what happened was when I didn't put my laundry away right after I did it, it kind of sat in the bag and got a bit more wrinkly, and that's fine. Started charging off of the panel. It's not pulling very much right now though, so that's not great. I think it's where I'm parked though. On the other hand, over here, 82%, that's not terrible. 80%, not terrible. And some of the wrinkles are falling out, so we'll see. Otherwise though, into the van I go. I'm thinking I probably also need to take some like acetaminophen because since I didn't sleep well, I kind of tossed and turned all night, so I'm a little sore. My back is kind of problematic anyway, so I'll do that and then I'll get my day started. Okay, back from the back, I got this, which of course holds all my stuff. I have 2 patches, and you know what? In all reality, I may also look up to see if they have like a movie theater. I haven't seen a movie in a while, and today's one of those days where it wouldn't be such a bad thing just to treat myself a little kindly. And then tonight, maybe there won't be a windstorm that can knock me out of my sleep routine again. But for now, I have a task, so I'm going to complete that. And then I guess when I go to Starbucks, I'll Google all of that to see if there is even an option of that. Okay, this one is new and this one right here is new. So I have these 2 and then I moved some others around. So it's starting to fill in pretty nicely. So with that, now I can take down my window cover. I'm really happy that I've just kind of given myself some grace today. I think whenever I'm on the road, sometimes I can go a little hard in the paint, so to speak, because I always want to seek out the adventures. But on days like today, I need to just validate the fact that, hey, it's okay. It's okay not to be moving constantly. So today is one of those days that I'm allowing myself just to relax. And in doing so, I think that's going to be super beneficial to me because tomorrow I can hit the ground running and feel really refreshed and then also less stressed. So we'll see what happens, but overall I'm just gonna do some lotion and then take that little piece for my back, and then to the Starbucks I go. The super long commute to the right down the hill from where I am. Oh, it's gonna be a great day. It is gonna be a great day. Even if I'm having a weird day, that doesn't mean it can't be a great day. This will give me the opportunity to plan out kind of which direction I want to go based on the camping that's available, because even though Walmart is great, and thank you Walmart for being here, I would love to stay in a not Walmart right now. Everything I found yesterday seemed to be difficult at best. A lot of places in this area either were taken, and I didn't film all of that because I was just like already having a frustrating day. They were either taken or they were 4-wheel drive, or I didn't have good service and I needed to be able to do some research. So I just decided I need to be close to some things because I need to stock up on like water and stuff anyway, so why not? And then there are some neat things in this area, so I may end up staying here tonight, tomorrow adventuring in this area, if I can find out what all to do. The sun is hitting a bit better. It's pretty dirty up there. It is what it is, but there's the Starbucks, literally right there. It's pretty packed, so getting down there is gonna be interesting. Of course, in front of me, there's the Walmart. Oh, and apparently 0.7 miles away, there is a movie theater that is playing both the movies that I wanna watch. So we'll see if I end up doing that or not, but that is a valid option. In the meantime, doing some stretches, and I think it is time to go try to get this day started. In the meantime, I think I've settled on my song. I think I'm gonna pep myself up today with Bon Jovi, It's My Life. It's my life. It's now or never. Yeah. Also, I just love singing to you guys awkwardly in the mornings. It's great when my voice is still asleep. So never judge. We don't judge here on the channel. But yeah, Bon Jovi, It's My Life. That's my song, and I'm sticking to it. So let's do this. Sorry about that. Sorry about that to the lady who just saw me honk at her. That was so unintentional. See, it's one of those days. I feel really bad now. That might have scared her, although she also may not have been able to hear it because my horn is the smallest horn known to man. I already determined if I actually need my horn for anything, like to, you know, alert people that, hey, please don't hit me, or, oh no, something's going on. They're probably not gonna hear me if they have the radio on. It's so weak sauce, super weak sauce. The funny part about it is my black car that I drove around, we called it the Roadrunner because of the beep beep, because that's all the horn did. I thought coming into the van, oh, maybe it'll have a different horn. Nope, same horn. Nissan really likes tiny horns. I feel like Logic Brain just said that this was wrong, how this parking lot was set up. There's no highway access, so you park behind the building, but there's only like 6 spots for all the parking. And then there's a drive-through. And in order to go into the 6 spots, you have to go against the traffic of the exiting drive-through. Let me show you. So like all the action happens right here. There's the entrance, the exit, and then the driving to the spots. It's weird. We'll park over on the side because that's easier. I'm gonna see if there's actually a place that I can work today before I get my laptop. Okay, there totally is. I'm gonna grab my stuff and go to work. Okay, so far, so good. I have almost completed all the things that were on my task list for today. So now everything I do after this is just bonus. So that's really good. Also, I'm not sure about a movie yet. I'm still pretty tired. I've had a coffee and something to eat, and my brain is still kind of mush. But at least I'm getting ahead so that I won't have to work whenever I'm on the road for the next at least a little bit, unless I want to. I'll just have bonus days at this point if I work, so that's good. Whew. Woosah. Some days when you go to office, things work out great. I was super productive. My part, super good. The internet's part, not so much. So basically, I am trying to get the videos uploaded so that whenever I hang out with Riley, I don't have to worry about having an office day. So the problem is I had like 4 videos left to edit. No big deal. But I had like 8 videos that I needed to upload and finish editing. So altogether 4 that were not done at all. And then 4 that were sitting on my desktop just needing to go up onto YouTube. And it took all day to get 4 videos uploaded. 4 videos all day. I took all day. And it's because 2 of them are museums, and museums are just very big videos. And so as a result, I was just waiting for them to finish, and I just kept working, because that's, I mean, what else do? You're just there. You can't stop. And I was hoping to get these 4 edited so that I could also upload them, so I could be completely done. So I got these 4 edited, but these 4 took forever. So these 4 are still needing to be uploaded. Long story short. So today's office day was very good. In addition to those 4, I got 4 more videos edited. So altogether edited 8, which is awesome. But that means I'm gonna have to stop off one more time before I meet up with Riley. Ah! I was really hoping to avoid that, but you can't do anything about it sometimes. I know people who have Starlink who sometimes say that their upload speeds aren't that great on Starlink. I know people who have WeBoost like myself, who we might be able to boost it up a little bit, but it doesn't really do too much. Or like, I usually will, if worse comes to worse, just throw it over to my phone and then upload it while I'm going down the road. But lately, even with 5G, the data has not been good. So I'm not sure what's going on in the world. Of course, a couple videos back, like 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 or however many now, I don't know, I lost count. I was telling you guys that AT&T got hacked, and in that hack that they stole a bunch of data. But at the same time, I had noticed before that my data with AT&T hasn't been as good. And I talked to some other people who have Verizon, and they said the same thing. So I have no idea what's going on in this weird world with technology, but that's part of it whenever you are a digital nomad. So welcome to my life. That does mean I did not take myself to the movies. When I figured out how slow it was, I was like, okay, it's probably not going to happen. And technically I still could take myself to the movies, but at this point I'm just like, bleh. Woke up tired, worked. Now I'm tired again. Story of my life. But tomorrow I'm gonna get off and do some adventuring, and it'll make me feel much better, and that's all that matters. So what am I gonna do? I'm still not sure. So I think what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and go to Walmart. I'm going to go inside and see if they have a refill station. If they do, I'll come back out and get my jugs, or I'll fill them up in the morning. If they don't, I'll just buy some water. I still need to locate a trash can. I haven't seen one so far. Maybe there's some in the parking lot. I didn't see them earlier, so I'll have to figure out what to do with the jugs if I buy jugs. So there's that, but this day's not quite over. I'm gonna make the most of it. So I am going to go to Walmart. I really don't like going to Walmart, but I am sleeping there. So it kind of makes sense to spend some money there, you know? It's the ongoing like conflict of, Walmart, I go in and everything jumps into my cart and is like, you need this. And then I really don't. Also, it makes me very, very lazy when it comes to picking out food, because I have food. But when I go into Walmart, I'm just like, ooh, I could do this instead. So I may look to see what I can put in the air fryer tonight, make my life a little easier. Okay, they do not have a water refill station, so I'm gonna have to buy some jugs. I did not grab a cart when I went in. Don't know what I was thinking. $11.71. I managed to pick up a couple things that I'm going to cook tonight, and then also a couple other things that are just small things that I can use for food stuff. So, ooh, that sun's bright. It's also very windy again tonight, but it's not near as windy as last night's. This is what I picked up for dinner. I was kind of wanting something that was in the neighborhood of this, so I just decided I'll make this, and whatever I don't eat, I'll have for lunch tomorrow. And I also got some coconut rice to go with it. Now, this has air fryer instructions on it, so I figured I could use it. I am gonna let it sit out for just a little bit because it's super rock hard frozen. It shouldn't take very long for it to defrost enough so I can break it apart, so I can put it into my tiny air fryer since it's much smaller than a regular size air fryer. I made a slight mistake. I left the freezer plugged in all day to the power station that had not quite as much power. So now it has a lot less power. But the positive is it is one that I can charge 2 different ways, so I'm fine with that. What I'm probably going to do is take that one and unplug the freezer and put it onto another power station tonight, and then I'm going to use that one just for the fan, because the fan only pulls like 2 to 4 watts max, so that's a lot better. And then tomorrow, I'll just have to make it a point to make that a priority to get that charged up. Every day is a challenge, guys. Every day is a challenge, but this is what I'm gonna have for dinner tonight. I'll get it all cooked up and eat, but for now, remember, we're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time.